How did you outfox your ex in family court? I found out my ex emptied our kids' college funds the day before our custody hearing. $32,000 gone overnight. When I confronted him, he smirked and said, "Prove it was me." Then he added, "Good luck explaining to the judge how you can't even keep track of your own kids' money." That's when I realized he wasn't just trying to win custody. He was setting me up to look financially irresponsible. This was the same man who'd never once remembered a doctor's appointment, who couldn't name our daughter's teacher, who thought our son's asthma medication was just for emergencies. For weeks, I'd been finding weird transactions in our accounts, small amounts missing, bills mysteriously unpaid. At first, I thought I was losing my mind. Then I realized he was deliberately creating a paper trail of financial instability. He'd even reported our credit cards stolen, twice, after I'd used them for school supplies. The bank froze our accounts both times, making me miss our rent payment. Then he graciously paid it, telling everyone how I couldn't manage money. I stayed up 3 nights straight, tracking every penny that had moved the past year. What I found made me physically sick. A pattern so calculated, it could only be sabotage. The morning of court, my lawyer called. She'd been in a car accident and couldn't make it. No time to postpone. I'd have to represent myself. I walked into that courtroom with knots in my stomach. My ex sat there in his tailored suit, looking confident with his expensive attorney. The judge was reviewing paperwork and barely looked up when I entered. His lawyer spoke first, a 20-minute speech about my ex's deep commitment to his children and my pattern of financial mismanagement. They brought up a credit card I'd maxed out buying groceries when he'd forgotten to pay child support for 3 months. When it was my turn, my voice shook. I wasn't a lawyer. I wasn't prepared for this, but I did have one thing. "Your Honor," I said, "before making your decision, could you please review this email?" I handed over a printout. It was from our bank, confirming a new account opened in my ex's mother's name, exactly 1 day after he'd drained the kids' accounts. The judge frowned. "And how does this connect to the missing funds?" That's when I pulled out my phone. "May I play something for the court?" It was a voicemail my ex had left for his mother, but he dialed my number by mistake. His voice filled the courtroom. "Mom, just put the money in your account until after court. Once I get custody, we'll move it somewhere she can't track. The judge will think she spent it." The color drained from my ex's face. His lawyer started whispering frantically, but I wasn't done. "And this," I said, pulling out a folder, "is documentation of every school event he's missed, every doctor's appointment he's skipped, and every time he's returned our children without their medication." I placed it on the desk. "And finally," I said, my voice stronger now, "this is a recording from our daughter's iPad." I hit play. "Daddy, can I have my inhaler? I can't breathe good." His response, "You're fine. Just stop running around so much." "I'm trying to watch the game." The judge's expression hardened. "Were you aware," she asked, "that tampering with evidence and attempting to mislead this court are criminal offenses?" He started to speak, but she cut him off. "The funds will be returned to the children's accounts by 5 p.m. today with interest, or you will face contempt charges. Furthermore, I'm ordering a complete financial audit." She turned to me. "Full custody is granted to the mother, with supervised visitation for the father pending completion of parenting classes." As we stood to leave, my ex leaned over and hissed, "This isn't over." The judge overheard him. "Actually, sir," she said, "it is."